The heel is not overlapping the hips. From here, as you exhale, you drop the legs 45-degree angle. So think like on a clock, when the clock is down, there is 8 or 7 on this side, in between 8 and 7, and same thing on in this side. So inhale and exhale, drop the legs completely towards the right side, 45-degree angle. Try to keep the knees together. What this does is it lengthens the oblique. If you want to tone the oblique, this is one of the great practices to do. You simply lengthen, you hold it here on an exhale. Next, you press the palms into the floor. Inhale, bring your legs back up to the center. On the next exhalation, you place it back down. As you exhale, you place it back down. The core is still active, still pressing. Inhale, bring your legs up to the center. Exhale, drop to the left side, 45-degree. Try to keep your foot stacked on top of each other. Okay. Completely down. Pressing the left palm down, inhale up. Exhale down to the center. This is one round. Once more, inhale, bring both your legs up to the center. Exhale towards the right side, 45-degree angle. Inhale, bring the legs up to the center. Exhale down to the center. Inhale up. Exhale down to the left. Inhale up. Exhale down to the center. This is the posture. Okay. Now the thing that you need to remember is how long your breath is. Your movement should be coordinated. So that means it's not inhale just till here, and till here you just hold your breath and come. If it's inhale, exhale. Your exhale should be here till when you reach the down. From here, inhale, exhale. So it's your core working through your breath. This is Jatara Parivartan Asana 1. Okay. Now this posture, you cannot teach this to a person with lower back injury. If they have any kind of slip disc or wear and tear or any kind of lower back injury, it's best you just avoid this posture altogether, because it just takes a lot of load on the lumbar, because your leg is heavy. Your spine is what holds it there. Now if your core is weak, as I said, you need the core to be strong. If your core is strong, you can easily start to do this. But if your core is extremely weak, the more you do this, you start to feel a heavy load over here. And especially if you have any kind of slip disc or something like that, it's going to be going more. So for that, so there is a small therapeutic approach for that also. How, if you want to teach someone with back pain and all, there is an option, but we will come to that. So for them, how you can start to do is, this thing comes with two aspects. First is the abdominal strength, and when you go to the right side or the left side, it starts to become a twisting. So there is two things: abdomen, strength, and twisting. Two things. What we try to do is we try to break these things down separately. We are going to do these movements separately to see where the person stands. First, now I'm going to ask him to place the hands besides the body. This becomes another posture itself. It becomes single leg raises. Okay? So what happens is the same muscles work on the back of the body as you do the lifting up and down. But I'm not going to ask him to lift both the legs at the same time. I'm going to ask him to lift one leg up. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now other leg, inhale up. Exhale down. Now if he's good here, now let me try both the legs. Now his hands are kind of pressing into the floor. Inhale, both legs up to the center. Exhale down. Is he good over here? Good. He can do this. That means no problem in this range. Now the next thing that I need to find is it possible for him to twist? So the twisting won't happen with the leg straight. So I'm going to ask you to lift both the legs up. Inhale. Both the hand also to the side. Bend the knees, keeping the heels, knees in one line. Then from here I ask him to twist towards one side. Exhale. But now this twisting is not dynamic anymore. I ask him to stay there. But this is also an oblique stretch. So you see the hips and the knees is not in one line. You take it a little bit side down. Just the knee needs to be just a little bit side angle so that you can start to get the lengthen of the oblique. And you stay. Now here I'm not coordinating. I'm asking him to stay here for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, bring the knees up to the center. Exhale towards the opposite. This is the twisting aspect. Then you introduce that. Now one thing that you should understand is when you teach this, you should look if the shoulder is coming up. The shoulder should be maintained on the floor. If the shoulder is coming up, what do? Just take a block, place on the knee, and I stay. During this posture, there is a high chance that your shoulder comes up, and I stay here. Now over a period of time, when you start to combine these things, practices separately, this becomes the posture as I ask him to straight the knee. Then the only thing is I need to start to use this dynamically. But this is a process that takes time. So especially this is how you can introduce this posture for people with back pain, slip disc and all. If the back pain and all is too severe, there is no point in teaching this at all. You need to do back strengthening practices rather than core. You need to find laying down on your back, lifting up, all these things that strengthens the spine supportive muscles to be a pro. There's no use of core over there. You need to find that, then come here. So if it's minute and all, this is where you can start. This will also help, as I said, strengthening the core can always help the spine to be more stable. Okay, now bend the knee. No, stay there. Now if I want to, can everybody just come here real quick? Now if I wanted to help the person to go more deeper into the posture, or to start to stretch the longissimus, stretch the oblique on the side, I'm just going to come here. I'm going to place my hand on the shoulders. You see my knees on the mid part of the glute. I'm just going to place my knee down there. Hold from here, inhale. As he exhales, I can slowly start to slide my knees down and lengthen him forward, that side, and I hold. So what I'm doing is, with the knees, I'm pulling down and forward. Okay, so here I stable this. Inhale, I'm gonna go deeper, slide down, and we hold him here. If you are somebody with back pain and all, you try to hold here. You're not going too deep too fast. You make them stay there. Now when you're going deep, when you're releasing, or when you're taking somebody more deeper, you have to make sure you are doing it in their exhalation. So when he's breathing, I have to feel that it's not just about me pushing. It's inhale, exhale. As he exhales, I go, then I stay there, then I hold that range, let him breathe there, 1, 2, and when he's done there, inhale. As he exhales, I go a little bit more deeper. Good? Really? Yes, I do. So, and when I let go also, I just don't let go like that. How did I take them? Same way. As he exhales, I let go. So this is a way that you can assist in that. Top part of the glute, down, forward. Okay? No, empty, please. You stay there, I need you. Okay? This was the level 1. This is a breaking down of level 1. You will have a good core, my friend, after this. Let's go. Yes, keep good for handstands. Now that was Jethara Parivartan Asana 1. There is also Jethara Parivartan Asana 2. So that is a little bit more harder than this, taking your hands towards the sides. From here, everything stays the same. Only thing is the leg. Yes.
Which is of all this level 1, 2, or 3?
Yes, that's what I said. So this is up to you. How you can distribute it is up to you. For example, the one that I gave at first is like a therapeutic approach of that practice. Follow, if you're teaching completely a person who did not do any kind of yoga, we can all. So for example, if you're teaching older age people and all, the best way to teach is this. I'll show you. Can you keep the hands down? First, I always try one leg up, down, other leg up, down. Good. Can you do that? Now let's do both legs up. Inhale up, exhale down. So these are all still, let's treat it like a level 1. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay, good. Now let me introduce twisting for you. Take your hands to the sides, lift the legs up, bend the knee, exhale down to the side. Now you stay here. No, this is also level 1. Level 2, stay here. 1. This is the complete beginning step of the posture. It's the posture, we just broke it down. We just looked at another introductory method. Now you stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knee, inhale, coming back up, going towards the other side. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to the center. This is the first way of introducing this, breaking down. Now if the person gets comfortable in this, we start to do the actual posture, which is inhale up, exhale down to the right, inhale up, exhale down towards the center, inhale up, exhale down to the left, inhale up, exhale down to the center. You can treat this as level 2. The final one, level 3, is inhale, bring both the legs up to the center. This time exhale, drop the foot towards the right side over the right palm. Yes. Yes. Now you try to maintain the shoulders. Pressing into the right palm, lift the legs up, inhale. And exhale down towards the center, to the center, to the center. Yes. Inhale up. Exhale down towards the left, over the left palm. Now generate how much kind of twisting that it makes. It makes the twisting much more deeper, and it makes your core work in that range. Inhale up. Exhale down towards the center. Okay, but throughout the practice, if the person does not have twisting, what will happen? The shoulders will always come up. So we try to maintain the shoulders. And if the shoulder is not coming up, or is always coming up, you can use the bent knee technique and statically staying there. You understand? Which is bending the knee, trying to the sides, and you can also assist the way that we did. Okay? And the first one is, let's just say, it's more of an introductory method. It's not the posture, it's just the posture broken down into 2 sessions.
So the priority is to have the
Shoulders on the floor.
So if the shoulder can go on the floor, use a block for the knees.
Yes. But see, this is the problem. When you're doing this posture dynamically, faster, there is no point keeping the block there. So you have to stop that. You're like, okay, now you go, you stay there, you breathe. So depending upon the person, you have to choose, are you going to do it dynamically or are you going to do it statically? If the person doesn't have the core strength and all, there's no point in you just forcing it going down.
If it's a big group, it's difficult.
Yes, that's something we will talk about. When you have in a class, it's very hard to teach a lot of people. I'll tell you in simple way, the best thing to do is you cannot assist everybody. Just think about that. If you have like more than 10 people in a class, there's no way you're assisting everyone when you're having a rhythmatic class. Look for this is how I go, look for the person who needs it the most and help them. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? Look person who needs to assist the most, teach them. Otherwise you need to teach a class which is more like a workshop. That's the only way you can get to everyone. But we will talk about that more when we come to it. Okay?
Yeah.
Clear?
So the
Yes.
level, oh sorry, you go, you put your hand up.
Yes. Anybody, somebody. Yes.
Like high school. A question.
Yeah.
In this cases, when the class has different levels, would it be also correct to maybe just show them different positions
Yes.
depending on their level?
But see, there is multiple ways you can say that. For example, if you are doing a sequence of class, that means you, as a teacher, if I want to have a control over the class, that means unity. If you're looking for that, most of the classes you go to is with unities, and the teacher is like, okay, do an option. Okay, this is an option. The option is always there. But when you give options for these kind of postures, it's always very hard to hold the class in your hand. It will go, classes like some people is doing something, the other people is doing something. So the best thing is to distinguish the class. You can say, the class can be, this is an intermediate to beginner class, this is an advanced class. If you put it like that, you will get the right people. But if you have a mixed class, it's always going to be hard as a teacher to deliver. But it's not impossible, but it is going to be hard. You can give the option, but in these kind of postures, you also need to give the people their space. The speed, the rhythm and everything can be different. So holding the unity can be different. You might notice sometimes I'm teaching something and I say, the goal is the twisting. Whether you choose the hands, whether you choose the hands up, it doesn't matter. My goal here is to twist you. So if you can prioritize the goal and say, this is the goal, you can choose whatever you want, they know what they're working on. So when you give options, you need to always, this is one thing that most people miss. Your option, they give the option, but you're like, why is this option for? What does this do for you?
You don't give the goal.
Yes, so like, there is a method of cueing also, we'll come to that, but one of them is intention. Intention means why or what behind. So, hey, I want you to feel this. So, whether you put the legs like this, or like this, it's fine. So, the way of introductory should be there, the intention should be there. Because people come, they don't know what to feel. Go forward, okay, I'm going forward. What do I feel? Hamstring, so how about you have to be there. But anyway, that's another point. Okay, so this is 1 and 2. Okay, and the first one that we did is more of a therapeutic approach, breaking down the posture and doing it. Let's do one more. Let's do the first one and then do the second one. Keeping the legs together, make sure your hands are in line with the shoulders. You're pressing into the palm, abdomen, the lower back pressing in towards the floor. Inhale, bring both your legs up towards the center. Not more than the hips, a little bit down is also fine. As you exhale, place your right leg towards the right side, 45-degree angle, shoulders on the floor, good. Inhale, bring the legs up towards the center. Exhale, down to the center. Inhale, up. Exhale, down towards the left. Completely down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down to the center. Jathara Parivartan Asana 1. Now 2. Inhale, up. This time as you exhale, drop the foot over the right palm. Pressing into the right palm. Inhale, bring both your legs up towards the center. Exhale, down towards the center. Towards the center. Yes. Inhale, up. Exhale, down towards the left. Maximum height. Inhale, up. Exhale, down towards the center. Okay? Now, can I have you here for a second? Thank you. Huh? Good. You got a core workout in the morning. Can you do the same thing? You know, sometimes for people, they will have good twisting, no back problems or anything. It's always going to be hard for them to lift the legs up. So can you keep the hands towards the sides? Yes. Palms facing down. Legs together. Press the lower back in towards the floor. Now inhale, bring both your legs up to the center. This time, exhale, drop to the, oh, I think she can do it fast. I chose the wrong person. Right down. Maximum height. Okay? Now press up. Yeah, I chose the wrong person. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Come
I
here.
can also go. It's fine.
No, it's okay. Now place your hands down. Sometimes when you come here, it's going to be very hard for you to get core activation from here. You cannot lift up from here, some people. So the option that you have over there is, rather than lifting up from here, before you lift, you start to take the legs towards the side, down. At some point, you start to feel my core just kicked in. Your core just starts to take control. So you have to find that range. Maybe it takes control over here. Then from here, you start to lift up. Follow? So what you can, over a period of time, when you do your self-practice, this range, we can bring it more higher, more higher, more higher, and find that range and lift up from there. The more lower it is, the easier it is for you to lift up. The more higher it is, harder on the core. So if you cannot lift up, find the sweet spot, swing down, lift up. Okay? Rather than just bending the knee and all, this is way effective to find the core. Okay? And if you want to learn headstand, handstands and all, this is the great posture to start with, because it teaches you oblique control. Obliques are the side muscles that helps you do this. Why? Because when you do headstand, you see some people go like this. Hips go. It's because you don't know. You haven't understood how to control the sides. It's not just this, it's also this. So if you start to do this practice, you can really control the body hip rotation, lower body control. In inversions, lower body control comes. Okay? So if I were to teach some kind of headstands or handstands or whatever, before that I would teach this. Then I would do inversions. It's like a core workout, it's very effective. Before headstand now, teaching this, very good. Okay? Any questions? And what is this called? You can still read. What is this? What is the name of the posture?
Jathara Parivartan.
Jathara Parivartan Asana. Jathara means the abdomen. Parivartan means change. Yes, Parivartan. Thank you. Yes. And do you guys remember the assist for this? Bending the knees, glutes,
Yes.
slide down.
So the different levels are bringing the legs further up. Is that right? Like
Yes,
the after
yes.
level 2, the
Yes.
level 3 is.
Our goal is being able to lift up from here. Then you got that posture.
Yeah.
Hands down. You can see the why I say to break it down as a level is just a form of having different options. But you can even have to have more levels. It doesn't matter how you choose it. But it's a way to help us understand. Later it doesn't matter. You will see a person and you will understand, I can do this, I can do this. It's like this. It goes like the level is just for you. Maybe 4, 5, 6 7, 8, doesn't matter how you use it. Okay? What is the next one? You have time? What is the next one for this? What is can you read out the next poster we have? So what is it? What is the first word?
Supta.
What does supta mean?
Uh,
Huh? What do you think it means?
like soup something.
Soup?
No.
Huh?
Stretching.
Yes. Reclined. Reclined. Supta. See, you will have, if you understand the simple words, there is a lot of posters. It's really not that hard to learn Sanskrit words. If you learn these small words, you will understand. Supta means reclined or laying down on your back.
It's like supine, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Supine, that's what it is. Supine or recline, laying down on your back. Okay. What is the next word? Yes. So let's break that word down. Supta, pada. What is pada?
Like falling.
Yes.
Falling.
Falling?
Yes, like falling.
No.
Split.
No. Split? No.
School.
School?
No.
No. How do you come up with this? School and that's good actually. Good. Pada means the foot. Foot. You will have this word a lot of times. Supta pada means the foot. Okay? So the person over there is laying down on the back. His foot is there, and what is he doing to the foot? Huh? Kissing. Oh, that's how it is. Okay, things like that. Okay, but his hands are catching. So actually, that is a different version that we do it over here. But if you go to other classes or other schools, you will see a different version. I will show you both. So supta, pada, and angushta. A-N-G-U-S-H-T. Angushta is fingers. Okay, I don't need to write that. Fingers. Fingers. So supta pada asana is posture. Yes. So reclined or supine, hand to foot posture. So supta pada angushtasana. There is supta pada angushtasana 1 and 2, but like that. Okay. Supta is reclined, lay down on your back. Pada is the foot. Angushta is the fingers. Now, only thing that you have to think about, see the word pada and angushta are together. So
Both
it,
have the 8.
sorry?
They both have the 8.
Sorry?
Like it's part like here in the word, like both of them.
They're set together, but that's why I said keep it separate. When the word comes together, actually there should be a space between pada and angushta, but it's not over there. So if it's there, if the word pada and angushta comes together, what do you think it would be? They're together.
Foot fingers.
Yes, foot fingers, but there should also be an action between them.
Finger fingers.
It's
The finger touches the foot. Holding.
sorry.
Holding.
Yes.
What?
You're normally holding the foot. You're holding the fingers of the foot.
Oh.
Angushta simply means fingers. Foot is in front. So pada, foot, fingers. So it generally means your action would be you're reaching towards the foot. Okay, whether you use the belt or another story, but the action is that when these things come together. In any posture, if these two things are coming together, pada and angushta, generally means your hands has to meet the foot. It's just that. Okay? Okay, now can I have you do for a second? Now this is also a reclined posture. Now, I'll tell you a simple thing that I like to do before this posture is when you generally go to classes and do Supta Pada and all, we don't have preparation for the hamstrings. And can I ask you something? If you want to stretch the hamstrings, in any way, what would you do first? What is we just normally go stretch, but what do you think is let's just say if you want to do crow pose, handstand, you warm up the wrist. Yes? If you want to do middle splits, you warm up the hips. But if you want to stretch the hamstrings, what should you do?
Knee.
Forward fold.
Knee. Okay, then?
Forward fold.
Yes, but what do you think is the preparation to have a good
Ankle.
There you go. Yes. Can everybody just stand up for 1 second, please? Let's just try something. Okay, all good. Just keep the legs apart a little bit. Okay, no stress. I just want you to don't do anything. Just show and just go forward. Just go forward. Okay. Don't force or anything. Just go down, keeping the knees locked. Okay, perfect. Now look at me. You're gonna bend the knee. Take both hands like this or like this. Okay. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna press the knees into the legs and you're gonna tense that. You're gonna press. Hold here. One. Press the legs into the. Sorry. Press the legs. What is this? Into the hands. Exhale and press. Stay. 1, 2, 3. Press 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep on pressing. 9. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Go forward now. See that minute difference that you got? Yes? Yes? It's minute. We just did 15 seconds of tense. So if you want to stretch your hamstrings, the first things we say is you need to fire up the quads. The more contraction and the more strength that you practice here, the better the hamstring stretches. So we are always stretching hamstrings forward, but sometimes if you just relax, stop about the stretching, and if you start to do this, the result that you get is way more and way less painful and faster progress if you start to load and release the muscle. So how can you do that? Lay it down. Can you lay it down on your back? So it's not in the chart, but it's just a way of introduction. If I want to stretch somebody, for example, if the person is completely beginner and all, this is the method that we would use. I want you to bend the knee, catch the thighs. Okay, just catch the thighs. Yes. Now keeping the knees bent, from here, keeping the foot flexed, start to straight the legs. 1. So if your knee is over here, that's the place that you're going to kick. If it's too much up, it's going to be hard on the hamstring. So this much, and then bend the knee. Kick. 1. You're using this. 2. Straight. Bent. 3. Bent. 4. So what this is doing, this hand is pulling the thighs forward, and you're more focused on lifting the legs with this strength. And then if you...
So that's a preparation.
Yes. This can be a very good preparation for stretching. So only thing that you need to understand, if you want to stretch the hamstrings, you need to find ways to work this first. If you're doing standing forward bends, you can do chair pose. This is also one of the reasons, if you yesterday and all, you might have noticed how I started the hamstring stretches. I made you stay here for a lot of time. So you start to burn this and then you go, the forward fence starts to come. This is why we combine. This is why I don't use chair pose like Ashtanga, but my chair pose is more lower. I want to load this up and then I start to stretch. So it's the same thing, but a little bit more nicer way of doing it. And then you stretch any hamstrings, it's way more easier. Okay, so sometimes, most of the times, hamstring stretch itself we choose as the warm-up for the hamstring stretch. So this is a great way to do that. Not necessary that you do it. No, most of the classes if you go, they won't do it, but this is a nice way. Okay, now here what we are trying to do is, so here we, in this posture, we lift the right leg up. So when you lift the right leg up, make sure this leg, see, if you go down the chart, you will see the same posture done standing. I think it's on the second line, third line. See that? After 3 pose. It's the same posture done standing, it's just that it has a balancing element. So the best place to correct the alignment is the floor. If you can do it nicely on the floor, you can just add the balancing element to it. You can do it standing. Okay? So it's always better to be introducing things like this on the floor. So here also you have to think that you are standing. So make sure your foot is flexed and internally rotated. It's this thing, the patella or the kneecap is facing the sky. Simple as that. Now from here you're reaching up, trying to catch the big toe. That's what I said. Can you catch the big toe? Okay, 1 second. Catch the big toe or use the belt, no problem. We also have another version with knees bent, but I show you. Here, the idea is, see, when you reach for the big toe, so we say rather than you meeting the leg should meet you. So if you're meeting, you're rounding the back, most chances are you go like that. But if the leg is meeting you, you're using the hamstrings to come more forward. Now when she's catching, see the shoulders comes up. Here I want her to roll the shoulders back. So when you start to roll the shoulders back, both of the shoulder has to be parallel. So the action is imagine that I'm catching here. Look at my chest, my pectoral one is forward. So what I would do is roll back and down. This needs to come parallel. So that's the action.